Hello makers and welcome back to Making with Miss Dobras. Alright, we're going to continue on with Zentnagle art. Alright, so today is a fun day because we're going to get to make our own unique Zentnagle design using any shape we want and any patterns we want. So let's rewind a bit. Earlier this week, we did a line study. We came up with a brainstorm of all different types of lines that there are. And there's a million different kinds of lines. And then we used this so that we could make our own unique patterns. And then from there, we took these patterns and we decided to color in some with black and fill in some with black, and others we left blank. And we also learned about negative space. So for instance, with this petal design, the negative space is the space behind the petals. Instead of coloring in the petals, I colored in the negative space. So once we make these cool patterns, now the fun part, we get to do our Zentnagle design. All right, so the first time you were asked to simply trace your hand and make your hand into sections by drawing lines around it, okay? And then you need to fill in each section with a pattern. So this was the one I did, and it took me a long time. And with some of these patterns, I decided to fill them in all the way with black marker, and others I left just as line designs. So I could have filled this in, I could have filled this in, but I chose to fill in some and not fill in others. And that is one way to make your design pop or more, add some depth, okay? So I'm going to put this on my wall back here. Yes. One thing about these designs is they're really cool. You can do them with anything, but they take a long time. So you have to have patience. You have to practice your inner peace. It's supposed to be a relaxing art. And so if you're starting to get frustrated or you want to rush it, set it down for a while. Come back to it later. These designs might take you days or even weeks to do. Depends on how intricate you want to do it. Oh, I was going to say, and also you can always add color to them as well. All right? So it's up to you. I like to keep them with the black and white, but you can do it however you want. So all you need is paper, and then you need a Sharpie, and ideally you might even have a Sharpie with a thinner tip, okay? So you can find black markers with really thin tips, and those are great for drawing designs. So this Sharpie has a thin tip, but the other one has even a thinner tip, okay? So work with whatever you got, and you can also do these designs with just a pencil, all right? They're just designs with lines. All right, so let's get into it. You get to choose whatever you want as your base shape for your design. So for this one, it was the hand, but you can do any design you want. So I'm gonna show you a few ideas that you can use, but you can use any idea that you want. All you have to do is pick a shape and fill in some sections. Make some sections on it, and then get to work. All right, let's get to it. I can't wait to see your projects. They're going to be awesome. All right, so this was just one way, and we did this the other day. And if you want to do another hand, you can do that, especially now that you've learned some more complicated patterns like these. But you can also do other shapes, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, to get started, you need a basic shape. So I already showed you this one. I just traced my hand, but you can literally do anything, okay? If you like hearts, you can draw a heart. Oh, I know this is probably upside down for you, but I'll turn it around. And then, here, I'll turn it around. Once you get a shape, it could be a heart, it could be a star, it could be a circle. Then you just draw lines across it. You can do squiggly lines like this. You can do straight lines. You can do wiggly lines. Mostly, you're just trying to create some sections. Now, I would keep it simple. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sections. That's all you need really to get started, because once you start doing these patterns inside of it, it's going to take a long time. All right? So this is how you could do a shape. You can do sun rays. So say you have a sun right here, and then you want to do rays out from the sun. You can do squiggly lines or straight lines for this one. And then in each section, you can do a different design, okay? A different Zentnagle design. This is a fun one. If you take a line and go straight down the middle, You divide it into 4 sections, and then you take a diagonal line and you go right through the middle, like this. All right, so you divide it into those sections. Then you take your marker right in the middle and you start to do a swirl design. And it doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to divide it up into sections, and then you can do your patterns in there. All right, one of my favorite ones is to do a spider web. All right, so if you have, especially if you have a square piece of paper, this is rectangular, but again, you put the lines all the way through the middle, and then you just do curves. So I'm going to do one curve in almost like a U shape, an arc. And you connect these edges right here. All right, and then you can add another layer if you want. You can pick a spot right here, maybe in the middle, and you do an arc. So you put a point there, and you do an arc between it. All right, and then you just do a different pattern in each one. So as you can see, there's all kinds of fun ones. And you can draw a robot, you could draw a car, you could draw any design and just divide it up into sections. And you can also do just abstract. You can literally take any type of line. You can do a squiggle line. You can do a straight line. You can do a zigzag line. Whatever you want to do. You can divide your paper into sections and then just go for it and put a different pattern in each section. Okay? So whatever you want to do. And then, so here's the last one I'm going to show you. If you want to do your initial, I know you're probably thinking you want to do your whole name, but these designs take a long time. So I would just start with one letter. So my name starts with an A. You can divide up your letter into sections, and then you can make a really cool design just like that. Fill in the sections with a different pattern. Okay, and if you take your time, it can look really cool. And then you can do the outside. You could do it just a solid color, or you could do more patterns on the outside. So this is another one. I'm going to show you another way to do an initial. So say you want to just leave the initial blank, or say you want to paint it your favorite color. My favorite color is green, so maybe I want to paint it green. Then you can do the sections on the outside. All right, so right here, I would put the patterns on the outside of the letter, and that way the letter pops open, okay? So this is a really fun one to do, where you decorate around the letter, and then you leave the letter blank, or you color in the letter. Most importantly, pick something that you like. Okay, pick a shape you like. I'm looking behind me, pick an Among Us character and do one of those. Whatever you're into, pick a soccer ball. Draw a soccer ball and do the Zentnagle designs in it. And just draw a circle. Anything looks cool. The most important thing is to take your time with it and to look at those patterns and to really decide which ones you're going to fill in with some dark and which are you going to leave blank. All right. I hope that you like this assignment. I found it really, I got into it. I spent a lot of time doing it, a lot more than I thought I would. And it's a really great time to turn some music on, get with your family, and just see what you can do. This is different than doodling. Doodling is when you just kind of do whatever, but these are actual structured patterns. The idea is that you follow a pattern. So whatever the pattern is, you kind of follow that pattern, and the meditation and the relaxing comes with that repetitive pattern. All right, you guys, enjoy. Peace out. Stay safe out there and keep on making.